Hello, it's Vashana. It's your girl Vashana. Back at you one more time. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. I can never get those days right, can I? Anyway, I hope that you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. I just made myself some dinner. I can't wait to go and try it out. It was a new recipe, so I'm excited. Anyway, how's your day going? As you log in, say hello. Of course, you know I'm on Instagram and Facebook, so if you see me looking back and forth, that's what I'm doing, trying to make sure I'm giving both cameras a little bit of attention. Anyway, today we're talking about tips to create a Rockstar resume that employers will actually read. Because it's one thing to submit a resume, it's one thing to write a resume, but if nobody is reading it, who knows you wrote it, right? The whole point is to actually have somebody to actually look at it and to call you for an interview. That's what we want when we write a resume. So we're going to talk about that tonight. So come on in, say hello, so I can say hello back to you, whether it's now or later. And I am Vashana Witherspoon, career strategist and excellence accelerator, helping women who feel frustrated in their careers to emerge from stuck and surge to their next level of success. I'm also the host of the Know Your Worth Career podcast, which will be debuting soon. And it's all about helping women who are having challenges in their career to overcome those challenges so that they can have the career that they want, they can earn the pay that they desire, they can have the promotional opportunities that they deserve, and the fulfillment and satisfaction out of their job that we all want in our careers. So that's what we're going to be talking. We're going to be talking a little bit about this tonight. And I'm going to be giving you some tips. I'm going to give you some tips that are related to your career and how to get your career set off on the right foot for 2019. That's what we want to talk about. And I've been talking about this since probably a month now. Just different things that relate to helping you to get your career on track for the new year, especially if one of your resolutions or your goals or your intentions is to up-level your career. You want something new. You want something different. If that's you, you're in the right place. So we're going to jump right into it. But before I do, your first opportunity to like and share this video so that you, or tag a friend, tag a coworker, you know the drill, tag someone that you care about or someone that you want to get rid of on your job so that they can hear this information and learn how they can do that. So we're going to jump right in. Tips to create a rockstar resume that employers will read. So there's few things that I dislike more than a poorly written resume. Especially when I'm the one that's having to review it and I have many of them that I need to go through. The last thing that I want to do is see, something that's 15 pages long, it's poorly formatted, it's, misspelled, it's all out of order. I have to do a whole lot of work to figure out where, what the person's experience is. I don't want that. So I'm going to give you tips that will help you to not give your potential employer the same outlook that I just described to you. That's what you do not want. So there are some things that you can do, of course, because your resume is your entry point. It's your entry point to your next job. It's the face of you before you actually get a chance to sit in a seat before a potential employer. So you want to make sure that that resume is something that's worth seeing and that it's representative of you and the quality that you're going to offer and bring to this potential employer. So it's important to get it right. It's really important to get it right. And these are some tips that I'm about to share with you about how to do just that. I call them my rules. These are my rules for resume writing. And the first one is to know the difference between a resume and a CV, a curriculum vitae, and use them accordingly. And your job descriptions, your job announcements are going to tell you what they want. Usually, most people ask for a resume. And if that's what they want, then that's what you give them. A CV is usually used in academic institutions or places where there's researchers and they do research and that kind of thing. So it's more intense, and it's really meant for a person to list out every single detail. A resume is not that. Your resume it's a summary. By its very nature, it's supposed to be brief. What you're doing in your resume is you're highlighting your skills, your experience, your accomplishments, highlighting them, not going into all the glory detail about everything that you've ever done under the sun. You don't want to do that. You're going to bore whoever gets a chance to read it to death. The second rule is use action verbs. Don't say I was the manager of a, 5-person team. Boring, boring, boring. You want to use action words that describe what it is that you did, because they command the reader's attention. They command the reader's attention, and they give emphasis to what you actually did. And note that action verbs should be in the past tense. So you're going to be talking about it as if you've already done it, because you have. Even if you're talking about your current employment situation, you've already done the things that you're talking about. So you talk about it in the past tense. So as an example of what I'm talking about, it's like implemented accounting system that saved my company $20,000 in extra fees. That would be how you would state, an experience that you had, but use it in the past tense. So keep that in mind. My rule number 3 is to modify, and I say this every time I talk about a resume, but you do not want to send the same blanket resume to every position that you apply for, because it comes off as generic and it gets looked over. So if you've been applying for 1,000 different jobs and you've been submitting the same old stale, generic, non-specific resume to each and every employer that you apply to, that's why you're not getting calls back. You need to make sure that your resume and your cover letter is catered to the job that you're applying for. So you can have the same content. You can write it out and put everything in there that you want to say. And then when you're applying for jobs, pick and choose the pieces that you want to highlight based upon what that job announcement says that they're looking for. So you're going to shift your content around to highlight the most pertinent skills and experiences up front. You want to put whatever it is that they say in that job announcement that they're looking for. You want that to be the first thing that they read under each job that you had. So you can make it very clear what you said you wanted, Mr. Employer. Here it is. I have it. They don't have to go searching for it. It doesn't get buried down in all the chronological things that you've ever done under the sun. You want to put it right up at the top in their face, in your face. Boom. Right? Yes. So if you have a lengthy employment experience, history, that is, then it's okay to leave off the very first job you've had or the internship you had during the summer, or, how you worked through college, or all that beginner stage stuff. You can leave that out. Nobody cares. As a matter of fact, after a certain period of time, they don't care about your GPA. They don't care about any of the stuff that you would put on your resume as a beginner employer, because you should have some actual experiences, some actual job experience that you can list in your resume that's going to show them that you're the person who can do the job that they're asking for. So, at a certain point, you can start to leave those kind of things off, especially if they're not related to the job that you're applying for right now. So, Um, for me, as an example, my first job I had out of college was as a bank teller, and I did that until I was able to find a job in my field. Well, I mean, that really has absolutely nothing to do with the kind of jobs that I have today. And so I don't put that on my resume anymore because I mean, unless it's something that they are asking me something about finances and accounting or something along those lines. Otherwise, I'm not putting that in there because it doesn't have any real value when it comes to helping me to get that job that I'm applying for now. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure the things that are on your resume, because it is a summary, you want to make sure that they are relevant things to the job that you're applying for, because that's going to help you to move yourself up just a little bit higher in the ranking when it comes to getting an opportunity to have an interview with an employer, because they know that you are a good fit for the announcement that they put out or for the job that they have. And so the other thing is and this is a big one. This is my rule number 4. And it is all about making sure you read the job announcements. Read the job announcements carefully. Figure out what the keywords are or the important things about that job, the important skills, the things that are absolutely necessary to get that job. Those are the things that you want to make sure you're putting in your job history and your experiences. And you want to do that because a lot of employers use what they call applicant tracking systems. So it's not a person that you're necessarily submitting your applications to or your resumes to, and they read it and then decide who they want to talk to. It's a computer software. And a lot of times that computer software is checking for keywords that they put in that job description, that job announcement. I keep wanting to call it a description, that job announcement. And so you want to make sure that you're making the cut, because they can see clearly that everything that they said that they have, you have it. And they know you have it because you're using the exact words that they use on the resume. I'm sorry, that's my daughter texted me during the middle of this live. Anyway, you're using the exact same words that are in that job announcement in your resume. And for me, verbatim. Whatever they said, you say it, and then explain, expound, tell more about it. But use those words that they use, and don't use it every other sentence. It would be too much, but make sure you use it enough so that they can see that you have the skills that they're asking for. And that's very important, and that's so key. That is so key. If you don't remember anything else that I said tonight, remember that piece of it. So the next thing is, and this is my last point for tonight, is be succinct. So you don't want to write a book. You don't want to write long paragraphs. You don't want to write run-on lengthy sentences even. The more succinct that you can be in your description of your skills and your experiences and your accomplishments, the better. The better for you're going to get past the keyword search, because I just told you how to do that. But after you get past that point, you want to get past the human that's reading it. And the human that's reading it wants to see something that's very concise and succinct. So don't write, overly wordy sentences and paragraphs and so forth, because you're going to lose your reader. So you want to be if they have it depends on what organization you're applying to, but if they have a particular requirement there, answer the question. Just say what it is that you have done that qualifies you for this particular job on this particular bullet. Just be succinct, be clear. Use minimal words to say more, if that makes sense. That's going to help to keep the reviewer's attention, and you'll make it past that first cut. But because normally, even if you get past the applicant tracking system, a person reviews the resumes, usually there's a bunch of them though. So they're not sitting there, going word by word and line by line. It's a skim. Okay, let's see who's worthy of me taking a look at. And so they're just skimming through. And that's why being succinct and concise is important, because, as they're skimming through and they're looking for certain things, they're really looking to see if you've done what they say that they want you to do. Yes or no, and all the other words don't matter. So get to the point, and that's going to help you make it past skim number 1. And then you'll get to an opportunity where they can actually sit down and read more carefully, because they want to narrow it down first so that they're only spending, more time on the applications that really deserve it. So make sure yours is one that they deem as worthy of sitting down and spending some time with. So that's what I have for you tonight. Stay tuned. Tomorrow night, I'm coming back and I'm going to give you part 2 of my tips on how to create a rockstar resume that employers will actually read. Keyword. Now, if you are planning a big promotion, a big career move for your career in 2019, then stay tuned. Keep watching me, because I am going to be sharing with you a new product that I'm offering. I love the idea of it, quite frankly. And I think it's going to help people who are, really serious about doing something different in 2019 than they've done in 2018, 2017, 2016, to do it more purposefully, more strategically, to be more thoughtful about it, and to help them to actually reach their targets, not just to set a target, but to actually be able to reach that target. So stay tuned and I'll tell you more about it. It's called my Your Next Level Career Action Planner, with the bonus, because it's not just about your career, which is the cute thing about it. But anyway, like I said, more to come. And if you are in the market for a new career, not quite sure what that looks like, I have a free gift for you. It's my Career on Fire, 3 Steps to Your Next Level e-course. It's absolutely free. You can obtain a free copy. I keep saying free, right? Copy on my website at www.vashanaweatherspoon.com, and that's my name, Vashana Weatherspoon. And you can have a copy tonight if you desire. So hop on over to my website, www.vashanaweatherspoon.com. That's all I have for you tonight. I will see you beautiful people tomorrow. And don't forget to like and share this video. Good night. Bye-bye.